AJ McLean is looking back at one of the Backstreet Boys' most chaotic promotional stunts. In 2000, the boy band traveled around the world in 100 hours as they celebrated the release of their fourth studio album, Black and Blue. The feat saw them jet-setting through 6 stops, as McLean explains in the CW documentary, The 90s Boy Band Boom. "We were on top of the world. We decided this crazy idea that no one would have ever done, and to this day, no one has done. To go around the world in 100 hours to promote the Black and Blue album," he explains. "We went from Stockholm to Tokyo, Tokyo to Sydney, Sydney to Perth to refuel. Perth to Cape Town, Cape Town to Rio in 100 hours. One of the highlights of the trip for McLean was being given the opportunity to briefly fly their Lux-chartered plane. I did fly the plane for like a hot second. Terrified the rest of the boys," McLean recalls. "I sat up front, I grabbed the steering wheel, and I pushed it forward." He continues, "The whole plane kind of just nosedived for a minute and came back up. And I was like, whoopsies, sorry about that." During their stop in Rio, the band did a radio interview. As the interview progressed, more people became aware that the band was actually in Brazil. The crowd outside grew quickly, with almost 50,000 people gathering there by the time they were through. The massive crowd made an impression on the guys, who decided to hold an impromptu concert to show their gratitude. "It was mind-boggling. Every place we went, the response was just pandemonium. It was the coolest thing ever," McLean says. "This whirlwind that was happening, we didn't really have time to digest a lot of stuff. The minute you start to digest, you're off to the next thing." Elsewhere in the documentary, McLean recalls the things he and his group mates left behind in exchange for those once-in-a-lifetime experiences. "We were growing up on the road, essentially going through high school on the road. Getting to experience things that a lot of normal kids won't. Like, I'm learning about the fall of the Berlin Wall, and I'm in Berlin and I'm standing where the wall used to be," he says. "It was great, but it also had drawbacks because you don't get to. Like, I never had a prom. I never had a homecoming. I'm going home to graduate with my high school class, and they're like, 'Who the hell is this kid? I've never seen you for 4 years.'" The 90s boy band boom is now streaming on the CW website.